Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Hope you all are well. I'm your English teacher for class 3 from IYS school. Today we will continue the same lesson which we started. So that is unit number 5. The unit name is Damir, firefighter and teacher. I'm gonna share some important instructions with you all. So the kindly listen very carefully. All the instructions. The instructions are you all should keep your active English course book and notebook with you. If you want to ask any question, you can ask at the end of class by raising hand. Whatever you get as home task, it will be done in your fair midterm copy, which you have received by school. Make two portions in your copy, one for text and one for composition side, where essay, application and letter will be done. And the last and the most important, whatever will be displayed on your screen, kindly take a screenshot of it. All the matter because it will help you to do work properly and to understand very clearly. So today we will do the grammar work of unit number 5. So what do we have in grammar? In grammar we have the use of may, can and shall. What do we have in grammar? We have the use of may, can and shall. So why do we use may, can or shall? What is the purpose? So we use helping words such as may, can or shall when we make a request or an offer. Why do we use? We use it. We use helping words such as may, can or shall when we make a request or an offer. Now today we will learn about may, can and shall. So now we will learn one by one about each. The first one which we are going to learn is may, the use of may. So you can see there is may written on your screen. So now use of may. Why do we use may? You must know that why do we use may. So we use the word may to ask for permission in a polite way or make a request in a polite way or in a formal way, not in informal. It is the way of asking permission in a polite way or informal way or to make a request. So this is the use of may. We use the word may to ask for permission in a polite way or in a formal way or to make a request. Now, when you ask for permission, what do we use? We use may or can. Make our own question. What is the structure? Like how can we ask permission? So the structure is first of all you will have to write the word may, then subject. What is subject? Subject means doer of doer. For example, you have learned noun, pronoun, I, we, you, they, he, she, it, any singular noun or any plural noun. We call that subject. The first one is may, then subject. After subject, you will have to write verb. What is verb? Verb, any action is called verb. And after verb, we will have to write the object and the most and the necessary thing which is question mark. We will have to use question mark at the end of sentence. So the structure is first you will have to write may, then subject, then verb, object, and then question mark. This is the structure of may. Like how can we ask question? How can we ask permission? So you can see on your screen that there is written may, then plus I. What is I? I is subject, and then plus word. So word is word. Any action is called word. You can see in the example that may I bring. May helping word. I subject bring verb and two bags on the bus. This is object. May I bring two bags on the bus? This is the example of may. Now we will move towards the other examples of may. Now we use may I. May I to request permission. For example, may I use your telephone? And there is question mark at the end. The second one is, may I use your car this evening? This is also the example of may. Now, the third one you can see on your screen. This is also the example of may. He is asking for permission. Like, may I borrow your bag? May is the helping verb, I is subject, and borrow is verb. Okay. May I borrow your bag? The next example is, may I have some water? She is asking for permission that may I have some water. May is the helping verb, I is subject, and have is verb here. Okay, got it? The next one example which we use in our daily life. So whenever we want to come in the class, what do we say? We say, may I come in? We take permission before entering the class. So we ask that, may I come in? In the same way here, this girl is asking that, may I open the window? So what is she replying to her? She's saying, yes, you may. May I open the window? In the same way, there is one more example that, it's me. May I come in? And I have told you that when do we ask for permission for entering anywhere, so we say, may I come in? This is a polite way and this is a formal way for asking permission. Okay, this was all about the may. Some more example about may. For example, in our class we use many examples. May I drink water? May I go? May I come in? May I sit? May I stand? Means you'll have to put may and I. It use any verb with it, so it will become a question. For example, may I use it? May I complete it? May I write? May I go? These all write, go, come, sit, stand, drink. These all are verbs. We will have to use verb with it. Now I am moving towards the second one, which we have is shall. Now we will learn about the shall, use of shall. So, use of shall. Why do we use shall? As I have told you, we use may for asking permission in a polite way or in a formal way, or make a request. In the same way, why do we use shall? What is the purpose of shall? What is the use of shall? We use shall for advice, offer, or question. Why do we use shall? We use shall for advice, offer, and question. Many times whenever I teach you, I ask that, shall I start? So what is that? Now, the structure of shall. The structure of shall is also like a structure of may, but we will have to just change the helping verb, that is shall over here. So first is shall, then subject, then verb, and then object and question mark. Shall is a helping verb. Subject, I have told you, I, we, you, they, he, she, it, singular noun or any plural noun. And verb, any action is called verb. So now we will move towards the example of shall. The first example of shall is, shall I wear a tracksuit or a pair of trousers? She is asking me, she wants an advice. It's, shall I wear which one? She is giving two options, and she is asking that which one should I wear. So now the next one example is, shall I carry your bags? What is shall over here? In which sense shall is using here? Shall is using here for offer. The purpose of offer. So shall I carry your bags? Shall is helping verb. I is subject and carry is verb over here. So he is offering to her that shall I carry your bags? The next example is shall I keep the jacket in the cupboard? She is also asking. So shall is helping verb, I is subject and keep is verb over here. So shall I keep the jacket in the cupboard? Now some more example about shall, like shall I start? Shall I wear? Like as I have told you that in May we add word different words, so it makes different sentences. So in the same way you can do over here. Add word. As I have shown you that in the structure, this is the structure. This one will be remain constant. Okay, and subject it may be changed like I, we, you, and verb. If you want to make different sentences, you will have to change the verb, different verb. Now let me tell you some words like go, come, visit, sit, stand, brush, complete, do, wear, sit, stand, write, read, listen, teach, study. These all are verbs. Now these all are examples of shall. We will move towards the next one, that is can. Why do we use can? We use can for offer, request, or permission. We use can for offer, request, or permission. Like as I have told you that we use may for formal or in a polite way. But if I talk about can, we use it for informal permission. It's not formal or not in a polite way, it's informal permission. Next, this is offer. So the example written below the offer is can I help you? It means someone is doing work and I just want to help. What will I do? I will just say, can I help you? The second one is request. Means you are making a request. Can you hand me the pen? He's asking for a pen. Can you hand me the pen? The third one, permission in informal way. Can I use your book, please? He is asking that can he use his book? So can I use your book, please? So we use can for offer, request, and permission. Now, what is the structure of can? It is also as same as may and shall, but only the helping word would be changed over here. So, can, subject, verb. Can is a helping word. Subject, I am again telling you, kindly keep it in your mind. I, we, you, they, he, she, it, singular noun or plural noun. And verb, any action is called verb. And I have told you some examples of verb. Now, the examples of can. We will Now we are moving towards the example of can. Can you help me draw a line? He is asking me, he is requesting that can you help me draw a line? So this is a request that can you help me draw a line? Now the second one example is permission. What is the permission? He is asking that can I use your bike? Can I use your bike? He is asking the permission. The next one is regarding the offer. The next example is regarding the offer. that can I help you with this? She is carrying books and I think it's very heavy. So the other person is offering that can I help you with this? Now moving towards the next example, that is can I read this book? He is asking that can I read this book? The next one is can I open a window? There are many sentences which we like in normally we ask question by using can. Can I open a window? He's asking. So it was all about the use of may, can, and shall. So now we are moving towards keep three things in your mind. First one is the sentence or the question will be start from the capital letter and with question mark. Okay. Now we are moving toward the course book examples page number 61. You can see on your screen as well that we use helping verbs such as may, can, or shall when we make a request or an offer. As I have told you that we use helping words, and what are the helping words? May, can, or shall when we make a request or an offer. The examples which are provided in our book are may I help you? They have highlighted the may because it's a helping word. May I help you? And the question mark at the end. Shall I close the windows? Shall is a helping word and we put question mark at the end. Can I help you carry these? It's an offer. Can we play at Mill's house this afternoon? This is a permission. Permission or offer or request. Now I'm going to read it again that we use helping words such as may, can or shall when we make a request or an offer. Okay, so always keep in your mind that it will start from the capital letter and end on question mark. Now we are moving towards our course book activity and we'll do it or we'll complete it together. Okay. The question is turn the sentences into questions using may, can, or shall. The first one has been done for you. Now look at the first one. The first one is do our homework together. What is it? Do our homework together. And in bracket there is can we. So what have they done here? As I have told you, the sentence will start from the helping verb. So first here is can. After helping word, subject. What is subject? Be. Can be. And verb. Then look at the sentence. Do our homework together. Here is do with a capital. But in the means can we do? If I write the capital over here, will it be correct? No, it's wrong because we have started the sentence with can with capital letter. Okay, can we do our homework together? And as you can see that above do our homework together, there is full stop at the end. But we will have to put question mark. Okay, now we are moving toward the second one and we will do it together. Turn the volume up. Here T is capital and there is full stop. Then in bracket there is may I. So how will we start writing? We first of all, should I start from this? Turn the volume up, may I? And question mark. Will it be correct? No, because in the structure we did not learn about this. What do we learn over there? We learn that first of all the sentence will be start from may, from helping word. So first we will write may and M will be capital over here. May I is subject. And then we will move towards the verb. What is verb over here? The verb is turn. But T is capital. We will write T in small. May I turn the volume up? And at the end, we will put question mark like this. May I turn the volume up? And question mark. Number 2 is turn the volume up. May I? So we have turned the sentences into question like may I turn the volume up? Now I am moving towards the second one. What is the second one? Eat dinner with grandma. Shall we? In the same way we will do over here, we will write the helping word, then subject and then verb. So the helping word is shall we eat. Eat. E of eat will be small. Eat dinner with grandma and we will put question mark instead of full stop. The second one is shall we eat dinner with grandma? Oh, means third one. And then now we are moving towards the fourth one. The fourth one is go to Rita's birthday party. Can I? So first you will write the helping word that's can. Then subject, the subject is I. Then word is go, but we will write small g. Okay, let me ask you a question. This sentence will be can I go to Rita's birthday party and question mark. R of Rita will be capital or small? I'm just asking to you all. Kindly reply me in chat. The R of Rita will be capital in this sentence or small? Let me see who knows. Okay, so good. Now I'm going toward the next one and waiting for your reply. The fifth one is go swimming this weekend. Can Sam, can Sam and John? So we will start from the helping word that is can and the subjects are Sam and John and the verb is go. So we will write okay Zahra Hussain, very good. Mariam Hafiz, okay. Alaina, very good. You have replied correct. Okay. So the R of Rita will be capital because it's proper noun. So it will be this in this form. Like, can I go to Rita's birthday party? The Rita's R of Rita will be capital because it's proper noun. Now the next one, as I have told you, it would be can Sam and John go swimming this weekend and the G will be small. So now we have completed this exercise. Dear students, kindly take a screenshot of this and you will have to complete it in your book. Okay, kindly take a screenshot. Then I will move towards the second one topic. What is our second topic today? So kindly take a screenshot because you will have to do it in your book. Okay, I hope you have taken a screenshot. Second topic is essay. Which essay will we do today? My aim in life. So before moving towards the essay, like first we will not write an essay. We will just learn that what is actually aim. We have three questions. What is aim? Before writing the essay, we must know that what does actually it mean. How can a person achieve aim in life? And question number three, why do we need aim? So the answer of first question, which I'm going to share with you all, Tayyaba, you have given the correct answer. So the first question is what's aim? It like aim refers to strong intention. When you have strong intention to achieve something, to be something. So that is aim. It's direction. Aim is a direction or aim is a way that guides us and helps us to achieve our goals in life, whatever we want. So there is saying that those who have no aim in life are like a ship without shipment or rudder. There is saying there is another saying that a person without aim is like without life. Means if we don't have any aim in life, it means we have no life. If we don't have any aim in life, it means we have no life. To become a successful, if we want to be a successful, if we want to achieve our goals, what will we have to do? We need an aim. If we have an aim, we will uh, achieve that. We will have curiosity. We will be eager to achieve that thing. It means we have something in our life to do. To achieve, for achieving that, we need work hard. We need to have right attitude, and we will after doing hard work, we have right attitude and all the positive things, then we will be able to achieve our goal or our aim. The next question is, how can a person achieve aim in life? So I'm going to tell you something that if any person want to be if anybody wants to achieve his goal, he must be proactive. He must stay positive, not negative. Be well balanced and keep track of his goals. Like, for example, if I am coming to school and in the on the way I just decided to go another place, so it means I have changed my destination. What was my destination? My school. But in the mid I changed my decision and I moved toward another place. It's wrong. You will have to be on this one path, or you will have to be on your track. Then you, yeah, definitely you will achieve your goal in life and you will not face any difficulty and you will be successful. So, aim is very important for everybody. Now, let me ask you a question. What do you want to be in the future? Some of you must, like, in the first lesson, in the first class, I told you about different professions. Like, some of you must want to be a doctor, engineer, pilot, or like there are many fields. So, what do you want? You can answer me and I will read your answers. Okay? Okay, Aisha Ijaz, you want to be a doctor. Okay. So, what do you want to be? Then if you answer me, I will read that. So the answer of this question is, when I grow up, I want to be there are many professions you can see, like artist, doctor, and many other people you can see in this picture. Now, before writing the essay, I just want to share the key points of that essay with you all. The first is my aim in life. We will write an essay on a teacher. You all know very well that what is teacher. Teacher is a person who teaches people, or a person who teaches others. So this is teacher. The second one word you can see on your screen is capability. What does it mean? Capability mean have power or ability to do something, or the quality of being capable physically or legally. So this is capability. Achieve. What is achieve? Whatever you want to be. Means successfully being about or reach. Whatever you want to be, you are successfully going to reach that. So that means you have achieved. Noble. Noble mean a person who is honest, brave, and kind. The next one is change the world. Teacher has an ability to change the world. How? By teaching, like, because of teacher, as I have told you that teaching is a profession which teaches all the other profession. Knowledge. Knowledge means the information or the experience which a teacher has, way of life, because a teacher teaches us how to live a life, how to spend our life, and all the other things, like ways of living a life. Positively impacted. Teacher gives us positive environment, positive gathering. So because of them, we have we are able to think positive or be positive. Encourage. Teachers are the source of encouragement for the students. So these all are the key points. Now we will write an essay by using that all key points. The essay is, it's a well-known fact that, what is the well-known fact? A person without an aim is like a person without life. If anybody does not have aim, it means he is not living a life. He means he is not alive. We will consider that he is not living a good life. A man can't spend his life without aim. Because if we don't have any aim, we will not do anything. So our life will be dark and useless. I also have an aim in life. My aim in life is to become a good teacher. So, education is an ever changing and ever growing factor. Teachers have the capability, I have told you the meaning of capability, to bring about the change the world needs and improve it. Dear students, kindly take a screenshot. You will have to do it in your copy. Kindly take a screenshot of first para. We have two paragraphs about my aim in life essay. The first para I have read, and you all should take a screenshot of this first para. Now I'm moving toward the second para. The second para is, the profession of a teacher is noble. Noble means honest. I have told you the meaning of all the difficult words. A teacher is someone who gives knowledge that never fails. Knowledge means information about each and everything. As a teacher, I will not only teach them books, I'll teach them the way of life. Means, if I become a teacher, I will not only teach the books, only read and just give them what they do this. I will teach them the way of life, how to live, how to talk, what's wrong and what's right. The reason is that students are more positively impacted and encouraged when they study under friendly atmosphere. Mean, I will give them friendly atmosphere so they can be positive, mean they will be encouraged because of that. Having an aim is the key to achieve your best. Kindly take a screenshot of second para. You will have to write first and second both para. As you have taken the screenshot of first para, so you will have to take the screenshot of second para. Hope you have taken the screenshot. Now I'm going towards your home task. Your home task is, write an essay on my aim in life. This is your first task. Write an essay on my aim in life. As you have seen, as you have taken the screenshot, you will have to do it in your copy composition side. Then grammar, we have done grammar today. You will have to complete page number 61 of coursework and page number 26 of workbook regarding the grammar work and the use of may, can and shall. So the next thing, this is your page number 26. Dear students, kindly take a screenshot of your home task. Take a screenshot of your home task. This is your home task. And page number 26 is here. You will have to complete this as we have done in coursework. Okay, you will have to complete it in the same way we have done in coursework. Hope you all are getting my point. First of all, you will have to write your essay and complete coursework and workbook exercises. Hope you all have got today's class. So it was all from my side for today. We will continue the same unit and we'll do the other things which are remaining in this unit. So Allah Hafiz and have a good day.